Welcome back to another episode of the Crown and College podcast brought to you by the CSPN. I am your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Confucius, aka White People Annoy Me, aka most, if not all of you niggas are trash and you can't whip my ass, aka this episode will be brought to you by red wine and baked chicken. My usual co-host Dan is not with us. He is still with us, but he's not here on this episode. He out getting checks because rent is due. But I'm not in the studio alone. I am joined by two of my favorite people who are wonderful, horrible human beings. One who has been on this show multiple times and is a friend of the network, and just an overall joy to podcast with and to follow and interact with. And another one who is in the same vein, who this is her first time on the podcast. I'm joined by the dynamic duo of Jade and XD of the Jade and XD podcast.
Hey,
back in this cut like gay niggas in butt. What's up?
This is say that every damn time you on this podcast, XD.
he's trying to,
because I'm trying
to make your podcast inclusive.
Because I'm tired of all this straight shit. Like, cut that straight shit out.
You know what?
I don't agree with y'all sexuality.
You know what? I'm gonna sit here and lie. One of my favorite things is watching XD on a daily basis troll straight people. That is I ain't gonna lie, I love that shit. That shit is fun. And you know what? It's funny because it's so easy.
Heterosexuality is so fragile.
Honestly.
Heterosexuality.
Yeah, I mean, ooh, child. Yes, thank you both for joining us. It's unfortunate that Dan couldn't be here, but rent due, niggas got to get checks and shit.
Yeah, he's also making money moves.
Yeah, make money moves.
Like our says, Bill Khalees Almanzar.
Yeah.
Yes.
AKA Cardita B.
Cardita.
Carnitas, fajitas.
None of this shit is gonna end well. I want to say I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of both of you for the success of Jaden XD. I've been a fan of both of you for such a long time, and I'm also proud of you for the work that you are doing with your book. And I'm also proud of Jade for branching out and starting getting grown. Y'all. I was waiting. Thank you, XD. I was waiting on it. And I just want to say I'm proud of both of you, and it is a pleasure to have you on with me. And we finna have some fun.
Yeah, we are.
Muchas gracias.
I have to have fun with somebody with an accent like this. You sound like one of my closest friends, Sharia. You sound like boy Sharia.
Yeah, talking about Jezebel.
Yes.
Jazzy Bell.
Yeah. Also, shout out to her for starting her own podcast too.
Right, Bell of the Ball podcast. You can find it on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Yes. But yeah, he ain't on the network anymore. But me and Jerome are interchangeable.
Yeah. Y'all are.
Y'all both just got free.
Yeah, honestly.
He's the only nigga with light eyes that I trust.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a nigga with eyes that light and with that many kids. I mean, yeah.
Maybe I don't trust Jerome.
Well, unlike most niggas, he actually in his kid's life, so I think that's trustworthy.
Woo,
it's trustworthy to his kid. No, let me stop. I love you, Jerome. Let me stop.
Niggas don't really take care of their children.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Child support is a safe word.
Yeah. Listen. If you want to see a black man run for the hills, mention child support, sexism, or supporting black women, and they will run like a motherfucker.
It depends where you are. Like, I think that. So me and XD used to have these excursions to long ago where we would would troll the general public. We used to like. It's obvious that my good is homosexual.
Practicing.
And then, so everybody always calls me a fake dyke. I'm sorry to your listeners. And so we would go into hotels and ask them if they had hourly rates. And that was our form of entertainment because we didn't have no money.
Sure did it. That's the richest story because we were both unemployed and on food stamps.
So I think our new excursion, I think we're gonna start running into projects and be like, child support, and see what happens. I want to see niggas run like rats.
That's like going to Afro Punk and screaming, "Relax!"
Mazzani. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if you do it in the Bronx, just make sure you don't
do anything in the Bronx.
Concentration camp for Black people.
Hey, like on the highest or lowest of keys.
I was in the Bronx today, and like there's like the air is like heavier in the Bronx. Like I am tired. I was only in the Bronx for 2 hours today. I'm like I am exhausted.
Should we tell them what happened in the Bronx this week?
Yeah, we can actually.
Can we tell your listeners what happened in the Bronx this week?
Go ahead.
Yes.
So bust it. This story came out on DNA Info and The Gothamist. There was a homeless man who was arrested on the 5 train in the Bronx for filleting a sleeping man.
I saw that story.
The thing is, he did it to 2 men in the same night.
Boy, niggas are trash.
So you just wake up and just like, oh my dick! Like it's just like.
How do you not feel your dick coming out of your pants though? How are you sleep that hard?
Yo, I've
How are you sleep that
hard?
You're doing amazing, Jade.
No, I mean, I have fallen asleep and have ended up in the Bronx and in Queens. Like I have been asleep. Like I died and woke up at JFK.
That's real.
So I get it.
Same.
But that's crazy.
Yeah. I've definitely woken up on the last stop of the 4 train. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we don't do nothing in the Bronx, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, my girlfriend lives in the Bronx and she tells me horror stories, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But speak of the devil. But let me pay some bills right quick. So you are listening to the Crown of Collards podcast on the CSPN. You can go to our website, cspn.us, and click that podcast tab and look at Crown of Collards and listen to all of our episodes thus far and all our other wonderful shows on the network. And if you enjoy all of our content and our shows, you can go to Keep Our Podcast Free tab and shop with all of our sponsors. And every portion that you make with our sponsors will send the head nigga in charge, Classic, which is also it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, boss man. And it will also give the VP, he who is Don De Laurenti, a little bit of the brick so they can keep the lights on. So you won't have to pay to listen to me sound like chicken gizzards, because I wouldn't pay for that shit. I would not pay to hear me talk at all. So shout with our sponsors, help us out. And if you like our show individually, leave us ratings and reviews. And we will read them on the air during one of our lighter episodes. And we thank you to everyone that fucks with us and supports us. And I think all the church announcements and bills paid. So let's get into the show. This is gonna be this gonna be a fun one. Might be a little heavy in some areas, but it's gonna be a great show. So
me perfectly.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, balance.
Well, heavy in some areas, but it's fun all around.
It's gonna be a pear-shaped show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a dad body built show.
April, you're a pear. That's a living single joke. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So let's start it here. So please, if you are into prayer, lift Toni Braxton up in prayer because she needs it, because she is going through it in this time of need and crisis. Because it was broke a few hours before we started recording that
She died, mourn her.
yeah, but essentially, I mean, she might as well be, because it was reported that she and Birdman have secretly married.
She married the devil.
There's got to be like a better way to get out of bankruptcy. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like you couldn't like just right, or just work at the post office. They are always hiring
every day.
UPS, FedEx, DHL. Like it doesn't have. Why did it end this way? Like, it doesn't have to be this way.
No.
Like, it doesn't have to be this. Like, it's got to be. Listen, TLC got a whole ass album done from GoFundMe. Like, something.
They did.
Something. Like,
and it was awful, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, they all lives matter. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, they're canceled. We're done with them.
Yeah, they're damn on them.
Exactly.
But, yeah, so now... according to an update on the story when it broke, an update is that they aren't married. That was a false report. That is, they've been secretly dating for a year, and there are talks of marriage, but nothing has been official yet.
Secretly dating?
I don't know. It's not much of a secret. Like, he was on the show.
Everybody knows.
Like, he
exactly.
was on Breakfast Family Values, but like
she was all over the internet singing at his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
as his girlfriend.
And you know, fun fact, they used to date in the early 2000s too. I found that out today.
Yeah, but yeah. So apparently they're dating, and they do plan to tie the knot eventually. No date has been confirmed yet, but it is in the works and talks. And
let me tell you something, Toni Braxton, and I, you know, she has the jams, lest we forget.
Yeah.
However, she doesn't know when to shut up.
Nah, she don't.
Because the most recent thing, and no other podcast talked about this, like on all of them, because there's hella black podcasts, but no one, everybody missed the story about when she said that her son was cured of autism.
You know what? I did see that float. As a matter of fact, I think I saw you retweet the article.
All I could say was,
y'all know, if you know anything about me, you already know Toni Braxton is canceled in my book. I'm sorry. That's Noah. You already know Toni Braxton is canceled in my book. When she made that stupid ass comment about how she had a white divorce because she had a civilized divorce. I'm done with her. I've been done with her since.
Whoa, she said that?
Yeah, y'all go ahead and Google that.
Oh dear.
And type in where Toni Braxton said, I forget which show it was on. Was it Wendy Williams?
Or The View, I believe.
It would be Wendy. I mean,
had a white divorce, which equaled a civilized divorce. Toni Braxton been canceled in my book since then.
Well, I mean, that'll do it. That will do it. So yeah, I you know what? Let me tell you how much I love XD. So when this story, because everybody saw the same story about Toni marrying Birdman, XD quote RT'd it and had like 140 characters of just question marks. With another 140 question marks.
Because that is 280 questions that I have surrounding this relationship. That no one is asking. Linda Ellerby taught me on Nick News to ask the hard-hitting questions.
No,
like
Nina Parker taught you.
Yeah, like
we promise you financial freedom.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if like he probably like kind of convinced her like, you know, I'll pay all your bills.
You know what I'm talking about? if you go ahead and marry me, then you can go
Like,
ahead and
cause
get
I mean,
upset.
cause I mean, you know he got all the money, cause you know he ain't paying Bert, Lil Wayne to them. So I mean,
He doesn't pay anybody.
exactly. So you know he got it. So this prompted me to have a little fun on Twitter, because it is in my opinion that Birdman is no less than top 3 ugliest niggas ever, if not number
I don't know,
one.
that's debatable.
I'm glad you said that, Jay. So I decided to have a little fun on Twitter. I made a poll. So I made a poll, and it's still open, by the way. So I made a poll and asked, where does Birdman rank on the Ugly Power rankings? And the choices were first, top 10, top 25, and top 50. And it has 84 votes so far. First came in at 32%.
Okay.
Top 10 came at 54%.
Okay.
Top 25 came in at 11. And top 50 came in at 3 so far.
I would say he's in the top 25. I mean,
yeah,
like, there's a lot of ugly people.
My number one, first and foremost, always is Jermaine Dupri.
Yes.
That's really one of the ugliest niggas I've ever seen in my life. Continue to see every time he smiles, he looks like one of those gremlins, the little trolls, the movies from the 80s.
Yeah.
His ugliness is what caused Usher to be led astray. And I maintain that.
Yeah, that's truly what yes.
Yeah, there's like a lot of
there's a lot of ugly niggas. Birdman looks like a really ugly baby. Like
I can see it.
Like when they have those babies that float around on the internet and they make fun of them, which I think is deplorable and awful. But I don't mind saying this because he's not an actual baby. He looks like the babies that they say smoke cigarettes and things. Like he looks, he actually looks like a really ugly baby.
Like he looks like a ceramic heater.
What?
Yeah, no, Jermaine Dupri is really ugly. You know who also is very ugly? James Harden.
James Harden is so ugly.
Yeah. Like,
every time he smiles.
Like true life, I'm ugly.
True life. My teeth look like Xbox controllers.
Yeah,
like he should have a Vice special about how ugly he is.
Yeah.
Kodak Black, that's another ugly.
Ooh, Kodak Black looks
Kodak
like,
Black, top 10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Top 10. Yeah. 21 Savage.
Like Kodak Black should be receiving a check about how ugly he is. Like
you know what 21 Savage looks
21
like?
Savage isn't ugly.
Yes, he is.
He just looks like
he looks slow.
Really, really disrespectful. And I don't want to be like,
oh God.
You know how like
oh hell.
I know, right? Right.
Like if Losing Isaiah grew up.
Shut up. Look like No, 21 Savage is ugly. Like 21 Savage is ugly. He looks like every time he says hi to you, it's like, "Hi!" Like he looks like.
No, I know he uses circles of paper to write his rhymes in a safety pencil.
Jade, it's like his breath attacking you every time he opens his mouth.
Oh.
No. We were talking about this earlier.
2 words.
When Cerrone said that Birdman looked like his breath smelled like nickels earlier this.
Like batteries.
Crying at work.
No. There's a whole list of ugly people.
Yeah.
I don't think Birdman is in the top 10. Wayne is uglier than Baby, and then
they both look
Birdman.
like babies.
I mean, like, I think Wayne is uglier than Birdman.
He's more.
You know, because Birdman, I don't know.
If Twitter would let me vote on my own polls, which would defeat the purpose, I would put it would be in top 10 for me.
for Birdman.
Yeah.
Who else is in
So
your top 10?
Yeah, let's just call them out.
Okay, so for me,
For the ugly nigga parade.
It's time for the ugly nigga roll call. It's time.
Booyah. Ugly roll call.
Hell, why? You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
You ugly. This is fun. I like talking about ugly niggas, but only for a limited period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, because ugliness is a state of mind. It's like poverty.
Okay, so let's start counting them. So we said Jermaine Dupri.
Yes.
We said
James Harden.
Kodak Black.
21 Savage. I'm voting him.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
We said Lil
Wayne.
Let's see. That Tentacool looking rapper. What's his name?
Extension.
Yeah.
XX Demon. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a demon.
He looks like cancer. like an artist like an artist rendering of cirrhosis. Yeah.
He looks like a cirrhosis of the liver.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty accurate description. That's not even.
Yeah, honestly.
He looks like he's eating at your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he looks like he eats bodies. Like he literally looks like he eats people.
Well, I mean, he is an abuser, so.
Yeah. Exactly. So he's in there.
That's.
Who else is really ugly? Let's go back. Like, let's get. Oh, Flavor.
Yes, the OG. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the OG of ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of ugly.
He might be.
Like he pioneered ugly.
I don't know. He might be in the running with Jermaine Dupri.
It's stiff competition. Like they faces, it's stiff competition.
Who's in the running to be America's next top ugly nigga?
That man may not be the show title.
Yeah. And imagine at the end, you know,
they put the picture.
It fade away.
A big ass clock. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Oh shit. What XD? The last time you were here, we talked about this nigga. God damn it. The nigga that I don't get tired. That nigga.
I don't get tired.
Yeah.
Well, what we're doing? Big Gip. While we Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not like your cousin or something, is it? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I just he is.
Kevin James something.
Kirk Frost. Kirk Frost is ugly.
Yeah.
How can we? Kirk Frost looks like a kneecap.
He looks like a joint. Yeah. Absolutely. like a knuckle.
Yeah.
Or like your ankle bone.
Yeah. It looks like Kirk Frost looks like a burnt electrical outlet.
He does, like when your extension cord is going out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Kirk Frost is an ugly nigga. But he's still not as ugly as some of the niggas on this list.
No, he's not. I think it's just more he has an ugly ass spirit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, his spirit propels him to be ugly.
Wow, this really has me thinking.
Yeah, but you can go on and we'll shout out ugly people as you know.
Yeah, I mean it's a continuation. Kevin Gates, that's who I was thinking of. Kevin Gates.
Oh, right.
That's an ugly nigga.
The cousin Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an ugly motherfucker. That is an ugly fucking Cisco from Love and Hip Hop. Cisco, that is an ugly motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a fart.
Yeah, he looks like a loogie.
Actually, you know what I realized what he looks like, Cisco? He looks like, you remember those homies posters that they used to sell? With all like the Chola girls and stuff? Google it. It's HOMIE. Like, he looks like one of the homies characters.
Yeah.
Big up to the Bay.
Yeah. So we'll shout out more ugly niggas throughout the episode. So moving on to more festive things. So
ugly.
Hilarious. The Gucci Man is getting married.
Yes, tonight.
A formerly ugly nigga.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
That's the ultimate glow up.
Yeah. Oh, XD, you talk about this nigga all the time. How can we forget on the ugly nigga rankings? Shit, fucking Biggie.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all keep doing this to me.
Yeah, that nigga was ugly.
I mean, Jade, I'm sorry, but
I said that shit last week.
I know.
I said that shit last week. I told you. Jade was like, cut it out, cut it out. I'm like, no, that nigga was ugly. He said he was.
Okay, but he was.
Listen, I'm all for self-awareness.
Yes, and he said black and ugly as ever.
However,
I know.
he was just a fresh ugly nigga, that's all. Because I was watching the Gina Thompson video. The things you do, can't see nothing to. And he was just there, like sitting next to Biggie, just being like large and ugly and fat. And I was just like, you know, he had confidence. I appreciate that. He was like, I'm ugly, but you're not going to be my ass and you're still going to fuck. So what's up? That's lit.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
But yes, the Gucci Mane, it's a 10-part wedding special that premieres tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry, wait.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the one thing and it was live.
I did too. It's a series. It's a 10-part wedding special series that premieres tonight on BET.
Oh, so it's a show. It's a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because you know we are avid Gucci fans, but I did not know this.
Actually.
We are Gucci fans.
Yeah, I thought it was the whole shindig tonight too, but it's a series because I'm looking at it on BET's the show. They actually have a page for it and everything. They got cast info, extras, exclusive, all this shit.
Got it.
Okay, well, and then it's not that special.
Right.
I thought it was
everybody did. Everybody thought it because this was Gucci Day, but it's a series.
Oh, but they get married tonight, though.
Yeah.
They get married today.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they're not airing the actual wedding today.
Yeah. And
I'm not interested anymore. I'm gonna watch, but I'm not pressed to be like, ooh, bitch, I need to like.
I'll read it. It says this 10-part wedding special follows the twists and turns of celebrity hip hop couple Keisha, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Thank you, Jay. And the Gucci Mane as they plan for the most notorious celebrity hip hop wedding of the year while struggling to blend their families. So yeah, a reality show basically.
Oh, so Keisha's not just sending barrels back to Jamaica. She actually they're blending the families.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized what you just said. But I am interested in her, you know, actually acknowledging the fact that she has children.
I'm curious. That's not shade.
Yeah.
It's just curiosity.
And don't get me wrong, I love Keisha Kawar. I think she is a lovely spirit.
Yeah, in my spirit, I want to buy a Keisha Kawar waist snatcher.
Yeah.
But
she's
my health won't allow me to do that.
Yeah, but she's low key like Stevie J. Your man's not hot.
All right.
Take off your jacket.
2 + 2 is 4.
That's mouse. Sorry.
Cornflakes.
But yes, congratulations to Keisha and the Gucci Mane, and I'm pretty sure all of us will be watching this series, even though it kind of took the stung out of it a little bit.
Yeah, at this point, I could just catch it on like the VT app. Yeah. I'll just be millennial about it at this part. I'm like, now you're shoving this like 10. I don't know if I'm gonna be that invested in 10 episodes of the Gucci Mane. I mean, if I'm going to watch it. However,
you're not as excited for it anymore.
Yeah, it's not as special.
I'm excited to see Gucci smile on TV.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you listen to Mr. Davis? Did you like it?
It was okay. It was all right.
Oh. I mean, you know, it was kind of groovy. Like there were some songs that, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't like, you know, because, you know, especially on Twitter and stuff, you know, it's either classic or trash. It wasn't. It was about what I expected from Gucci.
Let me tell you something. The worst thing you could ever do is go on Twitter to seek any type of review of anything. Yeah. Because for whatever reason, people, I don't know if it's like as soon as you log on, it's like you get infected with like worst opinion syndrome.
Yeah.
And so like, and people have like this like compulsive disorder to just like spew out the worst shit ever about anything.
Yeah.
Ooh, we seen that, especially these past 2 weeks. Ooh, shit.
Instead of like indulging and just like, you know, I kind of like it.
And the majority of those niggas who are loud and proud about their terrible ass opinions are ones who don't.
Are poor.
They're poor. They don't know how to put their feet in their beds, and they have spaghetti stained Tupperware. So
That is correct.
And all you need to do is just use vinegar to get this thing out. Like,
and some bleach
right.
in a Brillo pad. But
speaking of, I have to do that after we record. It's fine.
Do that because don't be those niggas.
Yeah. Cause nigga, I just made some chicken before we started recording.
It's niggas who only eat things that come out of cans, boxes, and freezers. Like, I don't value anything that they say. So
yeah, the best and worst thing that happened to like blacks.
It's really because Blue Hippo came and then it allowed niggas to pay for computers as they go.
Yeah.
And so usually niggas.
I forgot about Blue Hippo.
Yeah, Blue Hippo and Rent Center.
Yeah, because you could because mad niggas had that Dell PC that they got from Aaron's or Rent Center.
Yeah.
That had Windows 95
if your TV sits on top of like a giant like Tupperware, like one of those big huge
Rubbermaid,
one of those Rubbermaid containers, like if that's upside down and that's what your TV's on top of, or like a box, you know what I'm saying, or like a laundry basket, I can't value what you say, and that's usually who's talking. So.
Yeah, niggas love being loud and wrong. And speaking of loud and wrong, so trigger warning. So as we talked last week, when we had Neil and Valissa on, an update from the Nelly situation. If you haven't seen by now, his accuser dropped the that she would not testify and wanted to willing to drop the case. TMZ reported it on, let me see the exact date of the article so I don't get sued or give misinformation, on the 13th. And she wrote a statement as to why I love her, and if you read it, and niggas, yeah, black people, come in. Let's huddle up. We really have to have a conversation about how niggas don't read. We really have to have a conversation about how niggas don't read.
Don't and or can't.
Yeah, that too. Either that or they read in Tyrese, but that's neither here nor there.
I know this is supposed to be like the solemn part of the show, but I'd like to interject with a piece of information I found out on today.
Yes.
Fuck Tyrese, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you know he's releasing a rap album?
Now, XD, you know how much I hate Tyrese. You know I saw that.
He's dead more than that.
Yeah.
No. No, I'm being hella serious. Like, he's coming out with like a rap album.
Yes, and I want him to leave us alone.
Yeah. He said it's going to change hip hop. My question is, there must be two kinds of hip hop.
Correct. First of all, Tyrese can't even change his spellings to the correct word. That's number one.
Tyrese can't change his draws. Okay, let's talk about it. So I don't care to hear anything he has to say.
I just want to let you know that it's a double album. Like,
who the fuck?
Yeah, it was yes, two discs.
Hoopst is listening to two discs worthy of Tyrese in the year of our Lord 2017 and beyond. Hoopst is doing that.
Whose man's is this?
Not the Rocks.
Absolutely not.
Not Dwayne's.
Yeah.
Speaking of real quick, black people, we can huddle up. Like, I would really pay good money to see The Rock whoop Tyrese ass. That's just me.
No, that would just be sad. But
yeah,
this trolling though, like, I'm not even a Dwayne fan. He irritates me. But
he's hilarious for a white woman.
There we go. But the trolling of Tyrese, I will put it to the side.
It's hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. Listen, when Tyrese was tweeting that nigga and The Rock was unbothered, bravo, Rock, bravo. That was excellent.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes, that was, that was theater.
Theater. Theater.
Theater. Shakespearean. The Lord's Olivier.
Did the Rock
Oh shit! But yeah, fuck Tyrese.
That if anybody has over $1 million in their bank account, they voted Republican.
Not Beyonce.
No, but conservative. I mean, like I feel like a lot of blacks vote are just conservatives in general. But let me tell you something. If I just hear me out, socially, I am liberal. Fuck the system, all that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't have enough money to be Republican, but when I do, I'm gonna be a liberal Republican.
Listen, all I ask SD is that you don't go out like Diamond and Silk. Look, I originally had that in the showrunner, but listen, real quick. Listen, if you gonna fuck around expeditiously. Them two motherfuckers cooned out and did all that shucking and jiving for Trump, and them motherfuckers got paid $600 each. Well, nigga.
I really like Kenan and Kel, so I'm just gonna let it go.
Oh shit! SD, I swear I can't stand you.
It's fine.
But yeah.
Anyway, Melly, I'm sorry to derail.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah. She wrote a very somber, very gut wrenching and heart wrenching, if you actually read it and niggas don't read, statement as to why she dropped the case, basically saying, hey, look, I am a young girl who people automatically are not going to believe because this society refuses to believe women. This nigga got money. He got the lawyers to fight this shit forever. I'm broke. I don't have the money to keep going up against this shit. The police did me a disservice by putting me out there, putting my info out there, not handling their due diligence and shit. Why wouldn't I drop it? So, and it's very. Oh, go ahead, Jade. I'm sorry.
No. I just said damn.
Yeah, it's gut wrenching to say the least, and it's very disappointing. And Nelly, he by all accounts, of course, we don't know what happened, allegedly, so we don't get sued. But I mean,
just as a woman, that's really heartbreaking and disappointing. When you've been through a traumatic experience, and again, yes, allegedly, we don't know what happened, but for somebody to come out and say something like that, like, she didn't come out, she's not, it's not like it came out, she was like, I'm on the come up, or
all right,
like, what the fuck? Sorry.
No, it's fine.
So it's not like she was like, I was trying to get some money, or she even fought it until she could get, like, the fact that she gave up like that, like, nobody's going to believe me anyway, that makes it even more heartbreaking, because already enough women who deal with, like, all this Harvey Weinstein stuff, and
we'll get to that in a minute.
Just history in general of women having to go through experiences like this and not having a voice, not being heard because of people in power. It's just really disappointing that she doesn't feel like she can fight this. Yeah, it's just disgusting, actually.
Yeah, it really is. And now, I don't like to be this person a lot, but for something serious like this, I feel like it is the due diligence to point out how full of shit niggas be, in situations like this, because as Jade alluded to with the, all this stuff about Harvey Weinstein, and we'll get in deeper than that in a minute. Terry Crews actually came out and told his story of how he was assaulted by one of these big wigs in Hollywood, and that the reason he didn't say anything is because, one, he wanted, this guy was a mover and shaker in Hollywood. He didn't, he wanted to secure the bag, because he, this is somebody that can influence his career. He don't know if he would be able to eat or not or whatever. And also, had he whooped his ass when he did it, how the media would flip the narrative. It wouldn't be that, hey, this motherfucker groped and assaulted Terry Crews unconsensually. Right. It would be, oh, look, this big ass black man whooped this small little white man's ass, and
who sexually assaulted him?
Right.
He won't. He won't say it because of the fact that he doesn't want to. He's still got a family, you know what I mean? So he gotta, protect himself and his wife and kids or whatever. But James Van Der Beek came out too and said he was sexually harassed.
Correct.
He was.
Did he say by who?
No, they won't ever say names because they're still working actors in Hollywood, and so their fear is like, if I come out with this, I will no longer be a working actor, and that's because they're all in cahoots together as far as I'm concerned. All right.
Side note: James Van Der Beek is actually very talented.
Oh yeah, we've been ride or die at Dawson since 1997.
I didn't watch that, but I saw an episode of Criminal Minds where he played the unsub, and he had like multiple personalities. Nigga, I was like, yo, he can act.
Did you see him on Room 104? It was really, really good.
No, not yet, but I have that on the list. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
But it's my feelings about Terry Crews aside.
But yeah.
Yes.
Which is so difficult trying to talk about this story.
We're not. I know. I'm not. We don't want anybody to think we are laughing at sexual assault. We are laughing at XD right now.
Yeah, correct.
It is. It's a part of a larger condition, and I hate these Twitter buzzwords of or terms like toxic masculinity and all that good stuff. But I mean, it is. It's this men can't. It's all about power, and for whatever reason, some of these men, I can't even say white men, but these men feel like they can exert their power through sex.
Correct.
And it's super perverted and just sick. And
sidebar XD, I don't hate the terms. I hate that people misuse them, but that's another time for another day.
Well, sure, but I'll talk about that another time. So anyway, but yeah, I just feel like I know that people have this conversation about we need to change these behaviors and yada yada yada, but unfortunately, I mean, I just don't think that's going to happen.
At least not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
If the planet is still here, but
No, Jeremy, it's scheduled to end next Thursday, but that's not here or there.
Well, God damn it, I won't see.
Lord willing, honestly. God, the earth, Jesus.
I just wanted to make it to see Black Panther. God damn it.
Yeah, I was really hoping to get a new Beyonce album before that, but I mean, at this rate,
yeah. But the reason I said I want to be that person and say how niggas is full of shit is because, unfortunately, usually, because as Jade alluded to, it's, society don't give a shit about women and don't believe women when they speak of these experiences and things that happen to them. Usually, when a man tells his experience of being assaulted, usually that's kind of when people believe it and be like, okay, maybe there's something to this. And when Terry Crews did that, which was brave of him to do, people kind of, can't, if they were on the fence, because I mean, you're not gonna convince like outright stupid motherfuckers that's like nah. But people that were kind of like, maybe were like, okay, I see what's happening here. Now, and the why Terry Crews said he didn't come out initially is very important. Those same people that I saw, at least from on my timeline, I can't speak for anybody else, but at least on my timeline, those same people that when it broke that Nelly's accuser dropped the case, those same people that believed Terry Crews all of a sudden called that girl a liar. And I'm like,
all the time.
It's like eventually niggas will show you their true colors. Eventually.
Right. Like the girl with the Usher situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
I always say to this that people tend to believe people that look like them, which is why Umar Johnson is a thing, right? Because there's a bunch of people that look like Umar Johnson, and so therefore they're going to side with him and be like
dangerous,
right? And they turn into this dangerous thing because for whatever reason, men have a tendency to just be linear in their thinking, and so whenever there's something that could easily that's black or white, and there's somebody that is close to that like kind of thinking, they latch on to them. But I feel like that's kind of everybody, right? Like women tend to believe women more, or they'll believe men because they're socialized to think that, men are supposed to be the providers, so therefore you're supposed to listen to them, that whole Cinderella complex. But I think that when Terry Crews, told his story, it's either two things happen. Either like it was either legitimized because the man said it, or it was met with like, nah, you a pussy because you didn't do anything.
Yeah. His masculinity was challenged.
Right.
Which is just as dangerous. Like that's just as disappointing as him not believing a woman when it happens.
Absolutely. So I mean, I think like these types of conversations need to continue happening, but I also think that this is a larger thing, but I also feel like things don't happen until people are scared. So I mean, I don't know how to like invoke fear in people regarding this, because things don't change until you scare people, or it affects their money. So I don't know really how to change these things or like make niggas get it until either it happens to them or like it impacts them financially some way. So I don't know. Like
I mean, what you said makes sense, because I mean, if you look like historically, like any time like a marginalized group has gained a foot, quote unquote, it's been met. It's never been peaceful. It's never been pretty ever.
And it's always what I find the most interesting about black men in general is the fact that, or black people, is that a black woman is the one that led us to freedom.
Right.
You know what I mean? And for the black woman to be met with such dissension, is like, it's so confusing to me. Maybe it's reclaimed time for being emasculated for so long. I like sociologically I try to think about like, well, where did this change, and like this, you just shit on black women all the time. Like, where did this happen? Was it the 80s and the drugs?
I was gonna say, you blame crack for everything.
Yeah, it was before crack.
But
crack really messes up.
Yeah.
It's ego. It's an egotistical thing. Yeah. It's the male ego, and it comes from because it comes from no place of rationale.
Absolutely not.
When men say things like, "Oh, well, women shouldn't be in a place of power because they're too emotional. They don't have they don't have good sense. They act off of emotion." Well, we have a history of men who act off of emotion. Men are just as emotional, just as sensitive, and more egotistical.
Jade, I want to cut you off. Keep that train of thought. I'm gonna throw it back to you. Women act off emotion, and it's you'll probably be annoyed by it. Men act off emotion and kill women. Continue, Jake.
Right, exactly.
Yo,
you know what I'm
real.
saying? Like, and then you know, you have shows like Snapped. Snapped comes from women who have they are tired. They are fed up. They are just exhausted with the situation with a man who has tried to control it for so long or has treated them like shit, and they finally go off and end up like poisoning that nigga and putting him in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know this place of like women are too emotional, women are not emotionally equipped to be able to handle positions of power. Like all of that way of thinking is old fashioned and it's trash. And if once they get that out of their heads and realize that they're just as wrong as the next human being and that we're all imperfect and we all suffer from issues, then we might be able to make some kind of progress. But until then, if niggas keep thinking with their egos and their dicks, then we're never gonna get anywhere.
Yeah, that's real. And like it's so frustrating for me because that, at least in this country, now I can't speak, globally, although there is, plenty of evidence, about how women have been treated globally. But, at least in this country, like the whole system is like based in like white supremacy, right? And like I always say this, you are never going to see a white supremacist that's also not sexist or homophobic or transphobic. Like all that shit flow together. All them isms and phobics and shit, all them niggas cousins. Right. So it's so frustrating for me to see black men like be so
a white supremacist.
Be so held on to this shit, like Jay said, like this ego and this masculinity and this idea that women are beneath us and shit. Like that shit comes from white supremacy. That shit comes from the very motherfuckers that kept us in chains and enslaved and was using the Bible to be like, well, this is why you niggas can't get freedom because the Bible says this is this, Y, and Z. And they were also using that shit to justify treating women like shit. So it's so frustrating to have niggas cling on to that shit, but also want to act like. It's frustrating to see niggas cling on to this shit, but then also don't want to act like they're part of the problem and don't want to hear men are trash. It's so fucking frustrating.
It's like it comes from the story of Adam and Eve, and like niggas take the fact that Eve fucked up and then they hold that against women for the rest of eternity. Like, see, this is why you can't trust the woman. You know what I'm saying? No, it's stupid. It's very stupid.
But also never, not to cut y'all, Jay, but also never question, well, if Adam was such a strong leader, then why didn't he stop Eve and stop her from leading them astray?
Where was Adam when she was eating fruit? And nobody ever asked that.
Oh,
they never gave you niggas money.
Nigga, I was eating fruit because I couldn't find you. I was hungry. I had things to do.
Ain't nobody had food stamps.
But the first 5 books of the Bible was written by a man, so it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
I'm not getting into this discussion.
Right.
It's been a heavy 2 weeks. Like a lot has happened. And I'm with XD. I do. For me, it's so frustrating seeing these conversations and seeing women, particularly black women, because white women be tripping, and I'll get to that in a minute. Because and it just so happens we have a black woman on to talk about this shit. But it's so frustrating.
Shut the fuck up.
It's so frustrating to see like women, black women, like constantly explain this shit, and to see women and men tell their stories of and their experiences of abuse and assault, and like it's so frustrating to see it over and over again, and to see so many niggas just either refuse to get it and just flat out be ignorant or be like, I see what you're saying, but
let me tell y'all something. You know how there's always this conversation about being gay is a choice and yada yada. You're not born this way. Men being trash and women continuously to put up with this, to marry and kids and love these people, Like, it's a prime example of how your sexuality is what you're born into. Because why on somebody would be subjugated to this type of behavior?
Right. You're not using logic once again.
Whew.
Hey, XD, what's that you always say? Marrying a man in this economy?
Marrying a man in this economy? Whew. Yeah, y'all must get a stud and stop tripping.
Sometimes studs be tripping. Sometimes. Yeah.
I mean, look at AD on Love and Hip Hop.
Well, AD on Love and Hip. So I'm glad you brought that up. So AD looks like G-Eazy, and so I was just kind of thrown off a bit because I didn't watch the whole season of this.
Mm-mm.
So when I finally caught the reunion yesterday, my first question was, who are all these people?
Right.
Second of all, I didn't know Moniece was a lesbian, but it also made sense why she was.
Not surprised.
Yeah, because they
I'm
always
not
end
surprised
up.
she's white.
Yeah. And third of all, studs do the most. Because I feel like they try. First of all, studs are always willing to take care of you and your baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, they kind of like do this man thing. Like you don't have to, sis. Like you could just be like, you can wear your loafers and you can get a shape up. I get it.
Like performative masculinity.
Yeah, but you don't got to do all this like act like sheep on you know, like just don't be a nigga. Like you could. Yeah, whatever.
No, it's fine because AD definitely was doing some Donnell Jones ass shit this season and lying to Moniece and her best friend that want on AD. So it's fine.
Yeah, but anyway, you can go on, move on.
Yeah. So
my stud friends used to be tripping, and I used to have to like slap them and bring them back to reality.
My stud friend, she looks like NGC. But yeah, she'd be tripping.
See.
But so yeah, it was this was a lot of these past 2 weeks. So Rose McGowan is probably the most vocal woman that it's probably the most vocal woman that Harvey Weinstein has abused. Whoo, child, that list getting like Cosby. Well, you know, speaking of, it's very, very, very interesting to see black men be so quick to condemn Harvey Weinstein, and rightfully so. But there was the Cosby, and they and Harvey and Cosby stories, if not are the exact same, are goddamn similar.
They're the exact same.
That's because Cosby didn't raise them. Harvey Weinstein wasn't there when mommy and daddy was at work, or you know, in jail, because you know niggas in jail.
You got in a fight with a girl one time because of that.
Because you told her daddy was in jail?
No, her mom. So there was this girl. So it was 8th grade, and it was this girl who used to try to make fun of my sister. Like my sister was real timid, and like, you know, she was kind of a nerd. So the girl kept trying to make fun of my sister. She kept making fun of my sister's name and everything, right? So the girl's name was Felsha.
Oh, I know the story.
Right? And so, you know, I'm sitting there, and I'll be quiet until you keep going. So I sat there, and then she started going in on my sister, and so she's like, "Your mama was on crack when she named you. Why she named you that?" Mind you, my sister's name is Paige, so it's not like, you know. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, and I turned to her, and I was like, "Yo, your mother is in jail. Never say anything. You can't say nothing else to my sister. Your mother's in jail." Well, the next day, she wanted to fight. My mother tried to send me to school with a lime squeezer. And it didn't happen. But my sister came strapped with her pigtails in her backpack, because in her backpack, she had like a quadrupled supermarket bags, plastic ones, with rocks in them. And right when me and the girl were getting ready to like really get into it, my sister rolled up and busted her in the back of the knees with the bag of rocks.
Yeah.
That's real though. That's real.
I don't remember why I started telling this story, but
It felt like a good story to put in.
yeah.
Yes. But yeah, so but Rose McGowan,
Oh, sorry.
no, it's appropriate.
Every time.
So yeah, but yeah, Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby are the same, man. It's very funny seeing niggas politics. But anyway, so Rose been very vocal about this creepy motherfucker. And white women and Twitter suspended her because you know Twitter is trash and is run by Russian Nazis. I mean, hey, but they suspended her. They reinstated her, but because they suspended her for speaking up against the motherfucker that abused her, white women got information to boycott Twitter last week.
Let me tell you something. Continue.
I don't even know.
Go ahead. No, it's fine. Y'all go. Speak. Go ahead.
I didn't even know white people even knew what Twitter was.
Let me tell you something. You know who. I will say this about white feminists.
What are white people? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
White feminists, regardless of how non-intersectional their feminism is, when they get information, they get sinformation.
They look like that last scene in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Where all them White Walkers were coming. That's how
when the Night King burned the wall.
Yeah. It's too soon.
Or they all look like that dragon, that zombie dragon.
Viserys, yeah.
Blowing ice fire.
Too soon, guys. I'm not over it.
Like white feminists are strong.
Yeah. They're like secret deodorant.
They're like the loudest loud. You know, where you be in a spot and niggas be like, damn, somebody in here is loud, and you keep checking your purse. Like it's yeah.
The point is the fact that Rose McGowan went full, like, you know, there's one thing to talk about your abusers and be public and be fearless and share your story. That's one thing.
Of course, that's not why I'm booing her.
She goes into white feminist.
Oh, I got the quote pulled up here, XD. I was gonna read it.
Go ahead.
So first of all, she said a couple of things. Number one, she compared and
yep.
She compared her and other women's tale of abuse by this man, which, as problematic as she is, because as soon as she did this, and like XD said, white women feminism TM mounted up, I knew two things were gonna happen. White women were gonna piss me off, and black men were gonna piss me off. White women because they were gonna go full white women. Black men because they were gonna use white women going full white women to discredit the abuse that this nigga did. And lo and behold, both groups did that shit and pissed me off. But anyway, so first of all, she compared what these women, her and these other women were going through to the N-word.
Right.
Second thing that she did, and I don't know if she done deleted this shit, but you know, screenshots are forever. She came forever. I love you.
Your iPhone's in the sky if you feel
The second thing she did was she came for Ava DuVernay.
What? See, I didn't even know that part.
Go ahead, XD. Go ahead and get it out.
This nigga, what?
Go ahead and say it, XD. Go ahead.
Beyonce has an album out called Lemonade. Have you all purchased it? It's on sale right now. Beyonce.tidal.com.
Yeah.
Download right now.
Tidal 6 months.
Yeah, if you have a Sprint account, you can get Tidal free for 6 months.
But so listen, and I know people feel how they feel about Ava DuVernay. But this is still going for a white woman. And Jay, you say you didn't know this, so
I don't know anything Ava DuVernay did outside of Direct.
Correct, right? So, but Rose McGowan put on Facebook, she said, very disappointed in your lack of support, Ava DuVernay. Why are you not supporting reform in the film industry? Rape is universal, and she put that in all caps. This is about all women of all races. Not our fucking fault he only raped Shikas. I guess I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if she knows she pronouncing it right or whatever. This is about a massive conspiracy. Did you condemn Cosby? Or no, because it was white women. I hear POC's pain. My fucking heart bleeds and aches, which is why I have long fought against all injustice. But for you to skew this at an incredibly sensitive time and our ability to make true changes is offensive and wrong. Sorry, we don't rape. This is all about power and lies and believing all victims, which maybe you don't care enough to do. Right now, it feels like you're another big wig in Hollywood trying to silence us. Gross. I recognize that women of color get it twofold, and that is something I amplify. But fuck, help me reform the fucking cesspool. That's what Rose McGowan said.
People was gonna clap. What did Ava DuVernay say?
From what I saw, she has not released a response or a statement.
No. What happened in the first place where she even went at her?
That I don't know.
What? So wait.
You know niggas don't have the whole story.
Do you know?
XD?
In 2012,
mm-hmm.
Ava tweeted that she has heard stories about Weinstein, but she still supports his work. She went on to say that she heard of him being a grouch, not necessarily
an abuser.
The abuser, correct.
Okay.
So that happened 5 years ago, but she has not said anything since then.
Okay.
So Rose's post is a response to Ava's silence. Because I know somebody tried to pull that and saying that Ava was co-signing Harvey, and she had to clarify, like, I was like, said, like,
of his grouchy behavior,
right?
Which is also that is a public thing. It's known that Harvey Weinstein was mean and ugly, but in more ways than one.
Oh, he looks like a butt with pimples on it. Like, he's really, really, he's in that top 10 ugliest niggas.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Oh, you know who also is an ugly motherfucker? Remember Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yes.
That is an ugly motherfucker too.
Most of the people on Duck Dynasty are ugly.
Yeah.
And wasn't he also? Oh, hey Jeremy. Hey Jay. Hello Xavier. Hello. How y'all doing?
Hello, Daniel.
How's it going?
It's well. How are you?
Doing all right. Just escaping briefly from this work thing that I'm doing. I got to get back in, but I wanted to drop in and say hello.
Hello.
And,
we're talking about how ugly Harvey Weinstein is and how he looks like a herring.
Oh yeah, he looked like bruises.
You know what he looks like? You know what? You've never seen Steve Bannon and Harvey Weinstein in the same place.
Oh, Steve
And
Bannon.
you know that might be for the best of all of us.
Top 5 ugliest niggas.
Yeah, he look. Nope, I'm not gonna say that.
Steve Bannon looks like a heart attack. He literally like he's getting ready to combust.
Like if lupus had a form, it would be Steve Bannon.
It would be Steve Bannon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like he just look. He just looks like a dirty clothes hamper full of chicken.
Ugh.
Exactly. Yeah, Dan, you joined us in. We we're actually about to wrap up. Talking about how disgusting Harvey Weinstein is and how white women went full white women this past week.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mayim Bialik, Blossom. Yeah, all of them. I mean, and I don't think there's really much room left for surprise at this point, and like the difference between like what they do and then what we do. Um, I think the big thing now is basically getting people to follow the color by number and realize, hey, like the shit they talking about and the shit we talking about is not on the same plane. And the reason it's not is because we're actually more inclusive.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like we never pray for the downfall of you niggas like amen, but y'all seem to do it for us with, you know, reckless abandon, and we're supposed to roll over and take that shit, and it's not cool.
Right.
Cause and a lot of people were saying like, hey, when y'all call for it, you know, white women call for this boycott, okay, that's cool, but where was this boycott when Leslie Jones was being harassed? You know what I mean?
Right?
Like all the other women, you know, black women that have been repeatedly doxxed and harassed and all this other shit. Like, okay, y'all got information behind Rose McGowan, which cool, but where was y'all at before? And then don't get mad when black women are like, nah, y'all, it's cool. Y'all keep that over there. Like, have your little protest or whatever. But nah, y'all niggas wasn't around when it was us, so fuck y'all.
Yeah, pink pussy hats and safety pins, but when it's time to get down with the get down, ain't no getting down going down.
That's
So,
really what it like. That's really what the fuck it reminded me of. It reminded me of the Pink Pussy Hat March.
Right. I'm just tired of playing the oppression Olympics with white women, honestly. Like, I'm really sick of playing the oppression Olympics with them. I just want them to just shut up. Like, don't come at us. Leave us alone. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get behind you when it's time to get behind you. But you need to get behind us when it's time to get behind us. And you need to get the fuck up most of the time. That's just kind of how it
yes.
I think that is yeah. I think Jay spoke for everybody with that one. We doing great on time actually. So we're gonna end the show on a funny note, and we are going to do misconnections.
Damn, I'm so mad. I gotta drop out in like 5 minutes, but okay, I'll get through one at least.
Yeah, you'll get through at least one. We are doing since our guests are from the lovely city of New York. We're doing these misconnections from New York.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So as y'all know, I read these shits as is, and none of this shit gonna end well. I try to get, since Dan gotta go, I try to get a funny one out the way first. I got a bunch of them. We ain't gonna do all. We ain't gonna do all of them because we ain't gonna keep Jaden XD here all night. But I'm gonna try to do one funny one. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Ball ready.
All right. I knocked and used your bathroom. 76 close to York. That's the title. Your window was open and you had a door that entered from the street. I stopped and knocked. I said I needed to use your bathroom. You were alone and I offered to pay. You were very kind and let me use the bathroom, then I left. I asked if you wanted anything and you said no. Your window was open and I thought it was an invitation. I hope if you see this and ever need a blowjob or anything else, you would drop me a line. This was about 11:15 on October 3rd. I would love to come back and work on your cock and get that load out.
See, that was the curveball because I was actually ready to talk about how he was sniffing pain, which I mean, probably still could have been sniffing pain, that's all I know. But
So
good grief. Okay, wants to work the cock and yeah.
So is this like an M for M kind of thing?
Let me see. I don't think it specifies. Okay, all right. In the see, ones like these are always like tricky because like you would think that this would be some shit in like the personal, like the like you say is the like M for M or male for M for F or whatever. It's just in the general misconnection section. What it does have is they list their age and their status, and their age is 42, and their status is partnered.
Oh. Okay. So this is a man. I don't know. I feel like this is gay. Like first of all, this is New York, so it's not too weird that somebody asked to pay to use somebody else's bathroom. Uh, but like, yeah. Did it say where in New York?
So what is it?
Does it say where in New York it is?
No.
What does the headline say?
Hold on, I just closed it. It said something about it said 76 close to York.
Oh, this is in Manhattan. These are white men. Yeah.
He's a white
76
people.
in New York. Yeah, that's the Upper East Side. These are rich Jewish people.
Yeah.
Just like
Okay.
Yeshiva.
Well,
All right, that's my 10. I got to run back into this meeting, but
All right, Dan.
thank y'all for being here. We are inspired by y'all. I want to say this on the way out, and
Stay
I think
black.
our show definitely, like I said, draws a lot of inspiration from y'all. And Jeremy, how the hell y'all blew a 17-point lead to Jay Cutler? All right, that's my time. Peace.
Shut the hell up. See, this is why you can't trust all these niggas. See, it be your own niggas. It be your own niggas.
Your own niggas.
Every time.
Well, keeping with this one is also in Manhattan. Trident on the 6.
Wait, what?
I'll read the title again. Trident on the 6.
Okay.
Tried it. I'm assuming
Like gum?
gum.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. You offered me Trident on the 6 train tonight. I had seen your leg standing, then sitting next to mine, the weed in the water bottle. Careful there, mister. I took out my headphones, then so did you. The train lurched into Union Square. This is why I hate New York. I said, and I don't know what you said next, but your name is Nick. Mine is Marissa. You have nice eyes and a cute butt, and this could be our forever or my yesterday. The end.
What? Okay.
That was weird.
That was Marissa.
Yeah, she sounds like her name and the way she wrote this misconnection. This sounds like a white girl that's really into Wale.
No, it sounds like Lena Dunham.
Ugh.
XD.
Ugh.
No, it really sounds like a cast member from Girls. Like a white girl would write that.
Boo.
Yeah. Damn, all these the theme is Manhattan. Okay. Now, disclaimer, before I read the title of this one. I tried high and low, I promise I did, to find part 1 of this misconnection because it's a part 2. I tried to find part 1, but I couldn't. But this, like, I was scrolling, finding these, and like this one jumped immediately in my mind, like, ooh, mess. And I tried to find part 1, but I couldn't. But this shit is fucking hilarious. So, the title, The Other Woman Part 2. I promise I tried to find part 1, but I could not. But I'm going to read the misconnection. Baby, I miss you. I miss feeling you and smelling you and touching your whole body and fucking you for hours. I miss our weekend mornings at your apartment, talking to you about everything and laughing at your stupid jokes and just cuddling and watching baseball with you. And that one weekend in Boston was the most perfect 3 days of my life. This was never supposed to happen, right? It was stupid, impulsive, and reckless, but it was bliss. I'm sorry that it had to end like this. Thank you for absolving me of any wrongdoing with that last kiss. You're the best man I've ever met. So go on and save your marriage. I could hold that one in.
Go ahead.
Okay, I gotta finish. I'm sorry though. I couldn't hold that one in. I know how devoted you are to your family, and I never dream of asking you to choose me over them. Just one more thing. I wish someone could love me the way that you are. Oh shit. I wish someone could love me the way you had loved your wife. She'll never know how lucky she was to have you or what she squandered by her neglect, but it let us be together, if only for a brief few months. No matter how things turn out, I wish you nothing but a lifetime of affection and happiness. You deserve to be loved so much. Next time I see you, we'll have to act like strangers, and life goes on as it always does. My heart hurts, and I am lonely without you, baby. I love you. Jada XD, go.
This is like if,
That's it.
this is like if Shirley Murdoch imaginations like
No, like, hey, XD, I see that, and I'll raise you one more. If Shirley Murdoch wrote a 6 Browns chick question, it would be this.
You got that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
brown N-words.
Yeah. 6 brown N-word.
Ooh, shit. She said, go save your marriage, nigga.
Go save your marriage. I want somebody to love me the way you love your wife.
Wow.
Shit.
I want that young lady to love
herself.
Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
You know what? And this is what I think. Like, I was listening to the read one day, and Crystal said, "Put it best. Like, niggas need just a little bit of shame. Like, just a little bit, because none of this shit would happen. Like, you absolutely have no shame to put on. Well, maybe you do have a little bit of shame if you're writing this shit on Craigslist, but
Right.
but if you just had a little bit of shame,
Just
to be
a
like,
little bit.
just to be like the size of a mustard seed, like in the Bible. You need to have the size of faith and shame.
Right.
And if you had all that,
And humility.
yes, this is what you wouldn't find yourself in these situations.
No.
Just a little bit of shame.
Just
You would even type those words out and then post it.
She couldn't put that shit in a journal.
right. She ain't had no friends to tell this shit to.
She couldn't put this on Medium. Like, not even Medium. Like, keep it to herself.
Right.
Put it in a note. Evernote.
A talk space.
Right. Does she not have friends?
Shop our
obviously.
code.
No. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she said, I know how devoted you are to your family. Nigga.
A few stolen moments is all that you share. You got your family.
And they need you there. Though I try to resist.
Being last on your list. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? While we on the subject, Whitney made some jamming ass side chick music. That's
Saving All My Love for You is the jam.
yes, it is. Yes. Okay, so the next one. This one is a two-parter. And this is in Fairfield? Yeah, Fairfield.
Connecticut.
Okay.
Okay.
So, shit. This one is entitled Friends with all the question marks like how XD do on Twitter. 3 types of friends, Trailer Nice. Good friends are the ones doing dumb shit with you. Great friends are the ones trying to get you to improve your life, Trailer Nice. Worst type of friends are the ones who take personal information, then ridicule and troll you in public for their own personal amusement. That sounds a lot like Twitter. Along with taking personal work conversations and telling your bosses behind your back about them on how safe it is to screw him over because he won't complain, especially after always treating them, their families, and home with respect, consideration, and thoughtfulness. I may have changed for the last 10 weeks, but I know deep down who I am and what I'm about, and we'll be returning to that shortly. Trailer Nice. That's part 1. Part 2. Friends, number 2. That's the title. Worst type of friends continued. This bitch actually had the nerve to yell at me like it was my fault.
He's black.
Yeah.
She strung me along for 2 months, knew the pain I was suffering, then tried to twist it, and then had the balls to yell at me. Oh yeah, she mysteriously and they do not spell mysteriously correct at the fuck all. Changed her mind a week before she came back to work. I saw the look on your face 2 weeks ago Sunday, along with you saying, "Go ahead and get over it." Afterwards, you looked like you were going to throw up. Thanks for embarrassing me and letting me suffer. Still doesn't have the fucking backbone to apologize. Oh, by the way, fuck you in all caps. The worst part is you're in the healthcare field and they don't use the right you're in the healthcare field and pretend to care about your patients. Almost forgot. Fuck you again. And again, they don't use the right you're a piece of shit and deserve to get spat on. The end.
No, I'm gonna say these are white
Maybe these are white people.
Because first of all, typing all of this angst is like top 10 passive aggressive behavior.
I mean, caucasity embodied. Yeah.
Just
white people are team typing fast by default.
Yeah.
But it means something totally different.
Right. And they probably use the wrong "your" because they probably live in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah. And they have a missing tooth.
Yeah, because Bridgeport, Connecticut is the Bronx of Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
This is very white millennial.
No, because they can't spell.
Yeah, it's white millennial,
unless they're high off of acid.
Yeah, they do like meth and
heroin.
It's fine. I only say that because I used to live there, but yeah. But these are very white and also very strange. Like you have all this thumb, you know.
So you know how I feel about fighting with niggas with my thumbs.
Like you are faunting me, sis.
Right.
Stop faunting me.
Take
and catch
your caps
these hands.
lock down and tell me where I can meet you.
Calm your font.
Calm your font.
Calm your font.
Meet me.
Right.
Meet me
in Flatbush and Fulton in front of the Honey Baked Ham store.
Yeah.
So I can I'll whoop your ass because I'm not fighting with you with my thumbs.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's it for the Crown of College Misconnection segment, and that's it for the show. I'm gonna let Jaden XD get out of here. Thank y'all so much for joining us. This has been a blast.
Yes, thanks for having us.
For having us, darling.
Yes, XD, you are welcome back anytime. And so are you, Jay. This your first time on here.
What did I do? Put my feet on your couch? XD, you come back anytime. Not you, bitch.
Not at all. Not at all. This was hilarious, and I'm so happy that you could make it because XD Hollywood. At first I didn't think we were gonna get this nigga on here, but
I am not Hollywood. You mad me? I'm not.
XD, friend. I love you, but you sound like a Kardashian. If that ain't Hollywood, I don't know what is.
I'm from California.
Double on King.
Like them.
Ross Quad.
I'm from San Jose, California. What else would I sound like?
That's real.
True. I mean, it could always be worse. You could be sounding like Carlton for season 1 of Fresh Prince. So.
Right, or I could speak like Ray J, and that's really.
I got an inside pool and an outside pool. I got an inside basketball court and an outside basketball court.
No, because all my cousins speak like Kim Parker, and it's so strange.
All right, okay, but yes, both of you are welcome back anytime, and thank you, Jay, for making it. Thank you, XD, for making it. This has been a blast. Let everyone know, if they don't already know, they should. Let everybody know where they can find y'all projects, your podcasts, Nigga Peace Theater, everything.
You can find anything and everything about Jaden XD on JadenXD.com.
That's it.
Okay, so since this nigga's being bougie,
no, I'm just saying that's
you can find our book entitled "Thank You" on Amazon for $2.99. It's available now. 10/17 Gucci Mane Day.
Brick Squad.
Yeah, all of that,
You
and then
find on Jaden XD.
You can find it on JadenXD.com. You can find me at Jade of All Jades on Twitter, Instagram, jadeofalljades.com, For the Culture Catering on Instagram and Facebook. And you can catch me every Friday on Jaden XD and every Tuesday on Getting Grown.
Yeah. You can find me at xavierdelo.com. It's the same thing everywhere. That's it.
Or you might see me outside your local plug's house.
Yeah. So yeah, but Xavier Delo everywhere. So.
Yep. And this has been Crown and Collards episode 142. Thank you to Jaden XD for joining me and Dan. Dan was here temporarily once again. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for rocking with us and supporting the show. And we getting up there in the episodes. We'll be cracking 200 pretty damn soon. Niggas is old out here in these podcast streets.
We don't have that many, so
right?
go ahead.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you everyone, and we'll see you back next week.
Bye.
Bye.